Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to unlock the power of one of English's most common, most useful, and, let's be honest, most confusing verbs, get. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see it not as a problem, but as a key to sounding way more natural.
So if that quote sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone. Get pops up absolutely everywhere, and its meaning seems to shift and change all the time. It's a hurdle pretty much every single English learner has to jump over.
I just love this quote from a student because it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Get is the ultimate multi-tool verb. We kind of use it as a stand-in for so many other words, which is what makes it so awesome and also so confusing.
Right, so just think of get as the everywhere verb. It's a total chameleon, always changing its meaning depending on the words you put right next to it. And really getting a handle on this little chameleon is one of the quickest ways to make your English just sound, well, more fluent and natural.
But hey, here's the good news. Even though it has like a million uses, we can boil it all down to just three main ideas: acquiring something, arriving somewhere, or becoming something different. Get these three down and you've basically built the foundation for the whole shebang.
All right, so let's really dive into this. We're going to break down these three core meanings one by one. And once you see the pattern, I promise the verb get is going to feel way less scary.
Okay, first up, possession. It's all about acquiring something. You know, you could buy something, like getting a coffee, or you could receive something, like getting an email, or maybe you just obtain it, like getting permission. See? It's all about bringing something over to your side.
Next up, the second face of get. This one is all about movement and arriving somewhere. So when you get home, you've arrived home. When you get to work, you've reached the office. It's basically about finishing a journey, whether it's a huge trip or just walking down the street.
And number three, my favorite, is when get shows a change, a transformation. Think about it. You don't just feel tired, you get tired. The weather doesn't just become cold, it's getting colder. It's this fantastic way to show a process. You get hungry, you get older, you get bored. It's all a change from one state to another. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting, because the real magic of get isn't just the word itself. Oh no, it's what happens when you stick one tiny little word right next to it.
Just take a look at this. On its own, if I say I don't get the joke, it just means I don't understand it. But add the word up, and boom. I get up at 7 a.m. means something totally different. Leaving your bed. One tiny word, a completely new action. How cool is that?
And right here, this is the magic formula. It's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You start with get, and you just add a little word, like up, on, over, through, and poof, you've unlocked a totally new meaning. This is your key to literally hundreds of phrases you hear every day.
All right, enough theory. Let's make this super practical. We're about to do a lightning round of phrases with get that you can actually use. And I've tailored these for a few different people, some different lifestyles, so you can just grab the ones that work for you.
Okay, first up, this is for anyone out there who finds fast, natural English a little tricky to follow. Let's build a really solid foundation together. I get up early, I get home late, I'm getting tired. See? These use those three core meanings we just talked about. They're the absolute bedrock of any conversation.
Okay, what if you're a tour guide? Your whole day is about moving people around, right? So you're constantly saying things like, let's get on the bus, or explaining how you get around the city. And of course, at the end of a long day, we need to get back to the hotel. And to start it all off, all right, everyone, let's get going.
Now, for all the receptionists out there, for you, communication is key. You're on the phone trying to connect someone, but sorry, I can't get through to her line. You'll ask a guest, hi, did you get my message? And you're always helping people, right? Let me see if I can get you a taxi. And the classic promise, I'll find that out and get back to you. All right, how about this one? You're a scuba diver living the dream in Puerto Morelos? First, you gotta get into your gear before a dive. Maybe it took you a while to get over your fear of deep water, but now you love it. And on the weekend, you're planning to get away to the beach. And your Spanish? Maybe it's not perfect, but hey, you can get by, you can manage.
Or maybe you're more of a homebody, spending a quiet weekend in. You look around and decide, I really need to get rid of these old clothes. But you can't stay home forever, so you send a text. Hey, let's get together for coffee soon. Out shopping, you ask your friend, where did you get that amazing jacket?
And finally, for all my cycling fans out there, get is your action verb. You get on your bike to start your ride. You get off when you need a break. Got a new bike? It might take a little time to get the hang of it,
but there's nothing better than just getting to get out of the house for a good ride, right?
Okay, before we wrap up, let's just quickly clear up one little thing that trips a lot of people up: the difference between got and gotten.
So this is mostly a British versus American English thing. In British English, you'll almost always hear got. But in American English, you'll often hear gotten, especially when we're talking about that change we mentioned. So an American might say, he's gotten very thin. But, and this is the important part, when it's about possession, both Americans and Brits will usually ask, have you got any money? So that one's pretty universal.
So as we bring this all together, I really hope you're starting to see that get isn't this big, scary monster you have to avoid. It's actually a super powerful key that unlocks a whole new level of natural, everyday English.
So here's the big takeaway, the most important thing to remember. Stop thinking of get as one impossible verb with a million different rules. Instead, start seeing it as the first piece of a puzzle. It's the key that, when you combine it with those little words, unlocks hundreds of expressions you hear and can use every single day.
So, I'm going to leave you with one final question. Out of all those phrases we just went through, which get phrase are you going to try to use this week? Just pick one. Make it your mission to use it. Make it your own. Thanks so much for tuning in.